13 matches, 2 nights, Las Vegas. But let's be honest with you, not every match on this card deserves the same energy. Some of these matches have the IWC on fire right now, going crazy after each other. Some of them, the crowd is already pre-napping for the most part. So tonight, we're running through the buzz meter for WrestleMania 42. I'm going through match by match, night 1, night 2, rating the buzz level and telling you exactly what to expect when the bell rings. Buckle up, let's get to this T-Drop edition of WrestleMania 42. So we're going to start with night 1, of course. And for night 1, the first match we need to put in the lowest buzz meter for night 1 is Nia Jax, Ash Legend versus Charlotte Alexa versus the Bella Twins and versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, the women's fatal 4-way for the women's tag team championship. So real talk, this match has probably the lowest organic buzz of any title match on the entire card. 4 teams in a fatal 4-way means the story is fractured and nobody's getting enough screen time to build genuine momentum. Bella Twins are the nostalgia pop for this. This is their first team up since in WrestleMania in the past 14 years. Charlotte and Alexa are fine. Bayley and Lyra have the most credibility at this point. So what to expect? A short match, chaos spots, some nostalgia bumps from the Bellas. Don't be surprised if the bit of Bayley and Lyra walk out with the titles, as the feel-good moment of the night might be that. So it's a low buzz, but could surprise you if they get time. So for me, I give this a 2 out of 5 for buzz. Now, in terms of this match, if you want my thoughts on what might happen, Bayley and Lyra should win it. They are on fire lately, especially with Lyra, which lately got my attention after a lot of waiting. But it looks like WWE is trying to give the Bellas one last WrestleMania moment. So unless the injury continues, this is it. All right. So for the second match of the night that has the next lowest buzz is IShowSpeed teaming up with Logan Paul and Austin Theory versus the Usos and LA Knight. Where's the anyway. Here's the honest split on this match if you're the IWC. If you're the IWC, you hate it. But if you're fans of IShowSpeed or the internet, you'll probably be okay with this match. The comments have been brutal about this match, but if you're, like I said, if you're part of the IShowSpeed 30 million subscribers on YouTube world, this is the most exciting wrestling moment of the year for you guys. That's the reality WWE is playing to, and you can't ignore that math. What to expect? Speed takes a bump, maybe. The crowd pops up for LA Knight, the Usos look credible as always, and Logan Paul does something that ends up on every highlight reel by Sunday morning. It's a showcase, not a wrestling match at this point. Adjust expectations accordingly when it comes to this match at this point. Give it a 3 out of 5 for buzz. Now, in terms of what may happen in this match, Logan Paul and Austin Theory and IShowSpeed probably are going to win it in this match via some shenanigans with IShowSpeed or being used by IShowSpeed. So expect that to happen in this match. It's okay for the Usos to take a loss, but at this point, I don't think LA Knight should take a loss, but here we are. Now, for the next match in this tier, buzz, I guess, we have Drew McIntyre for Jacob Fatu in an unsanctioned match. And this is the second ESPN 2 free match behind the previous tag match that I talked about between the Usos, LA Knight, and Logan, IShowSpeed, and Austin Theory. Now, on paper, this may seem like a no buzz. Nobody's buying a ticket specifically to see this match at this point. But, and this is the big but, unsanctioned changes the math on this match. That stipulation means no rules, no referees accountability, and both of these men have a legitimate reason to want to hurt that living crap out of each other at this point. Jacob Fatu is one of the most physically terrifying people in WWE right now. Drew McIntyre is at his absolute best when he's angry. And honestly, he has nothing to lose at this point. Now, what to expect in this match? It's going to be a short, violent brawl because it's an ESPN 2 free show at this point. Think less WrestleMania, more pay-per-view street fight energy at this point. It's not a show stealer, but it'll wake up the crowd live at the venue. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5 for buzz. Now, in terms of what may happen, honestly, after everything that's happened in the past 2 months, I want Drew to win. He deserves it. But I feel Fatu is going to win at this point. Do I like Logan Paul as a wrestler? Yes. Logan Paul as a wrestler has proven that he is a very professional person when it comes to wrestling. Now, in terms of his other ventures, that's a different question, and I've covered his other BS ventures on my page. Now, but as a wrestler, he is very respectable for the business. He is committed now after this past year. He has a full contract. He's been, for the most part, on every single show since he started his full-time contract. He's been on every Raw, every SmackDown, usually before a pay-per-view, and he's been on every pay-per-view. So he's taking it seriously. He's trying to prove the haters that you are wrong about him when it comes to wrestling, which so far I can't disagree. But when it comes to his other BS, yeah, he's a weird one. Now, chat, what's the wildest thing you expect to see in this unsanctioned match between McIntyre and Fatu? Let me know in the comments, and we can discuss about it later. Now, for the next big buzz match is Stephanie Becker and Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Now, this one is all about Liv Morgan at this point, story-wise. 11 years, that's how long Liv Morgan has been in the WWE at this point. She won this year's Royal Rumble. She came back from a shoulder injury before that would have ended most people's WrestleMania dreams. And now, right at the finish line, she's dealing with concussion protocol from the April It's Monday Night Raw attack by Stephanie Becker. Now, a few media outlets reported that Liv herself said, and this quote, "The match is still on." She did go on Instagram and X that she is okay and the match is still on. But we have no official medical clearance confirmation about this. Now, here's what makes this match special beyond the injury drama. Stephanie Becker has been arguably the best women's athlete right now, but her championship has been a little iffy. But is it her fault or is it creative? We don't know. Whenever she does have a match, her matches have delivered though. The fans are solidly behind her, and Liv Morgan, even when she's limping, is one of the most compelling she's one of the most compelling heels stories in wrestling. What to expect in this match? A match that will hopefully over-deliver for both women. Honestly, I want this match to over-deliver for both of them because I wish nothing for the best for them. Now, one of the more technically sound women matches on the card right now is between these two. High probability of a Liv Morgan moment that the crowd loses his mind for. Whether she wins or not, this one is going to leave a mark whether you like it or some shape or form. So I give this a 4 out of 5 buzz. And in terms of what do I expect from this, I expect all this drama with injury to make this match even more electric and more must watch. I think in all seriousness, Liv is going to win this, especially if she's fully cleared with this medical condition. So she is definitely going to win. Now, if Liv wins the title here, is this becomes her biggest WrestleMania moment ever? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Now, or let me know in the comments too. So in the next match is the 5th match so far for night 1, and that's between AJ Lee, our Intercontinental Champion AJ Lee, versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental match. Let me be honest about this match from both ends, whichever side you're on. On one hand, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania is a dream match, but we already had this, so we're having it again, I guess, at this point. AJ Lee's comeback story has been one of the best feel-good narrative in recent memory of WWE history for all you AJ Lee fans. Becky Lynch is one of the 4 most over women in wrestling in the last decade. 2 Hall of Fame level careers crossing paths at the biggest show of the year. Now, on the other hand, the build has been widely criticized as so bad fans are starting to turn on them. Pro wrestling fan groups, the promos have said the promos have felt flat. The storytelling has not matched the caliber of either women's legacy, which I have to agree with. I expected a little more from these two, especially with AJ Lee and Becky Lynch having the capacity of throwing hard promos. They haven't gone really hard as I would expect. I thought they would have gone harder than this, but maybe in the next week we'll find out. This all means the pressure is on the match itself at this point and to tell the story that their booking couldn't. So here's what to expect with this match. AJ Lee is probably going to still be rusty compared to her peak back in 10 years ago, but she will be fighting through it, and she was fine in this past Raw that she had a match. So I expect only good things from this match, hopefully. I mean, if I'm titty talent on this here or that here. But nonetheless, this should be a great match that transcends the mediocre build that we've had between these two. The question is whether WWE gives them enough time. Now, if they give, I don't know, 15 minutes, maybe the match will be a good show stealer. But that's up to them. If they get less, who knows? So for now, in my opinion, this is a 4 out of 5 buzz. Look at me, Dave Meltzering this crap. Now, AJ should take the win. I think she keeps it and drops it to a future younger talent in the WWE to put them over later on. But what it delivers definitely depends entirely on the time that they give them for this show. So we'll see. Let's go to the Nets match. The Nets match is an interesting one. Now, this is Seth Rollins versus Gunther. I'm going to be direct with you. This is probably going to be the sleeper match of the night for night one. Instagram and everyone's talking about how clear and good this match can be, because obviously Gunther never has a bad match and Seth Rollins is one of the hardest workers in the business. So these two coming together, you cannot expect any less when it comes to the wrestling. And we're not going to get anything wrong from this match, to be all honest with you. These two have not been in a singles match against each other in I don't know from how long. Gunther is coming off the most dominant championship run in recent WWE history. Rollins is perhaps the most gifted in-ring performer on the roster when the moment demands it. Here's what you're getting probably from this match. 20 plus minutes maybe of hard-hitting, technically sharp, emotionally driven pro wrestling. What is going on? Give me 1 second. Gunther's chops rolling stomp. A crowd that knows they're watching something special. The personal stakes are legitimate. Gunther publicly humiliated Rollins on the mic for the past couple of weeks. That kind of buildup is usually what producers are going to create the best WrestleMania moments out of. So this is probably going to be the sleeper of the night. It's going to be probably one of the best shows behind the main event. Now, I'm more interested in this match at this point than the main event. But what may happen in this match, honestly, I don't think either of them should lose. So I'm just going to say Braun Breaker somehow returns in this match and gives a DQ finish to protect both men. But regardless of the finish, this match will be delivering before that in the ring. This might be the most technically anticipated match out of the whole freaking entire WrestleMania card. So who wins, Rollins or Gunther? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Shout out to Henry. Shoot, the comments. I need to fix this comment thing, man. Congrats on the monetization. Can't wait to see you fully monetized. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Oh, wait. That's not a good one. All right. I don't know which one to use. All right. We'll do this one. Oh, there you go.
Acknowledge me.
I acknowledge Henry Resilient. Much appreciated, man. Thank you so much. All right. Now, let's go to the main event of this match, which everyone's going to hate no matter what happens at this point. Because this match pretty much got destroyed last week thanks to freaking Pat McAfee, or Pat McAfee, as freaking CM Punk has said. Here's the most complicated was on the damn WrestleMania card for both nights at this point is this match right here. Cody versus Orton alone. Could have been alone without that guy in sunglasses in this picture. Please ignore that man. Alone, these two, this match would be off the chart. You have 20 years of experience between these two, 20 years of working together. This is a match all of us wanted for years. This matchup moved more than anything else could have in this card at that point. But for some reason, because tickets weren't selling so well or whatever, gates weren't crashing hard enough, according to Triple H and TKO, we get Pat McAfee, has functionally at this point became the third man in the match that we didn't need one. In all honesty, at this point, freaking Pat McAfee has become the actual second man, and freaking Randy Orton is in the back. He's just hanging out in the back. He's just letting Pat and Cody go at it, which is a freaking travesty at this point. We didn't need this guy. Fans, as you know, and I cover it enough, go watch all of these clips. I clip for passion at this point. All of these clips I covered Pat McAfee BS shenanigans and TKO shenanigans. You'll get more this week. Fans are loudly saying the only way to bring this hype back at this point with this BS Pat McAfee move is if Orton turns on McAfee before Saturday, which is not going to happen, guys. You guys are going crazy. This is not going to happen. This is WWE fully going in with this. We're getting this no matter where you like it or not. You're going to be frustrated in Vegas. I feel sorry for anyone who paid the amount of ticket cost for this damn event. I feel bad for you. I truly do. There's also a real frustration in the IWC that Cody has felt like a lame duck champion. Since finishing his father's story, like the booking hasn't given him anything new to define his reign. So everyone's pissed at this point. It's like nobody wanted this. All they wanted was Cody and Orton, and we're not even getting that. So now everyone's catching strays no matter what. So what to expect in this damn match? Despite the noise, I'm hoping the in-ring product will deliver. Orton is motivated. Cody's best matches come when the stakes are at its highest. Unfortunately, McAfee adds this stupid wildcard element that could produce maybe a genuine surprise element. I doubt it. If it's gonna be, I'm telling you, I'm gonna laugh if it becomes Travis Scott 2.0 from last year. If Orton turns on McAfee mid-match, maybe they do a double turn during the match and goes full face, the crowd erupts. If McAfee costs Cody the title, night one's gonna end in chaos. Either way, this is the main event for a reason, I guess. So it is the highest buzz. I am not excited for this match. I rather go see all the other matches at this point. So at this point, I don't really give a crap, a flying shit at this point about this match. And I don't see Randy winning this anyway, honestly, but the way they already ruined that there might be a match between these three and Jelly Roll being added for Backlash in the next month, it's obviously something's about to happen. This feud continues, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, I don't know, and I'll be honest. So, does Orton turn on McAfee during the match? I doubt it, but you guys can let me know in the comments. So, thankfully, after all this pain and aggression that I get from this night one, we move on to, thank God, night two. And I don't care. There we go. By the way, the first lowest buzz for night two is Finn Balor. Well, I'm sorry. The Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. By the way, thanks WWE for ruining that. There was a way that you could have done this with not telling us you were going to have Finn Balor do the Demon. Twice now, you have effed that up for us. The first time was at WrestleMania 39. Now you did it again freaking 4 years later. You not learn from the first time. You could have surprised us. You could have given an actual WrestleMania fucking moment. But you chose to not. You just chose to hurt us more. This could have been a surprise. You could have just sent Finn versus Dom. And then we get shocked by seeing the Demon show up. Wouldn't that be worthy? But I guess you guys don't like viral moments, right? Anyway, honestly, without the Demon, this match is a 4 out of 5 buzz. With the Demon, it would be a 1 out of 5 buzz. With the Demon, it jumps maybe to a nice 2. The Demon persona at WrestleMania has historically produced some of WWE's most visually stunning moments, but it gets ruined when they don't tease it properly. Now, he also has lost with the Demon. He has still not won with the Demon at WrestleMania, so it would be nice for once he wins, but we'll see. Dominic is as good as it gets when it comes to a heel, but needs a visual spectacle to elevate this match beyond mid-card status. So what to expect from this match? A short but impactful match. The Demon paint comes out, the crowd reacts, Dominic loses, but the image of Demon Balor at WrestleMania will be all over social media Sunday night. So it is a 2 out of 5 buzz. So Finn wins. Simple, clean is the way that you do things tonight, as the way they say it in Kingdom Hearts. Anyway, let's move on with this damn thing. We move on to match 2 of night 2, which is the only women's match in the whole card for night 2, which is Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the women's championship. This is the women's match with probably the highest physical stakes on the entire women's card. And that's before Ripley ended up in the emergency room a few weeks ago with a right orbital fracture apparently, but she's all clear to go because she showed up all perfectly fine for night SmackDown and Raw this past week. Now let's talk about what the match is beyond this drama. Jade Cargill is one of the most physically gifted athletes on any WWE roster, yet somehow doesn't want to commit to consecutive wrestling, but that's a separate story. Rhea Ripley, on the other hand, is arguably the biggest female star in the wrestling world right now. WrestleMania 42 preview put it perfectly on their website. You can't look at either of these wrestlers and not see a massive star. But it would be nice we get a nicely wrestling match, but we're probably not. So what to expect if Ripley is still 100%? It's going to be a match of power versus power, mommy charisma against Jade's athleticism. But if Ripley is compromised, expect a shorter, more protected match with a possible intervention storyline along the route. I do expect Rhea Ripley to carry most of this match for both of them, And I hope Jade Cargill follows in line and works with her to make this a decent watch match, but we will see. It's going to be an interesting watch for night 2. So for now, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 buzz, but I'll eat my words when I see how that turns out. Honestly, I don't see Rhea winning this. Jade is going to win this. Rhea was not even supposed to be in this match. Originally, it was supposed to be Jade versus Bianca, but she's injured still. This was the backup plan if Bianca didn't get cleared, which, as you know, didn't happen. But does Rhea gonna win? No. So let's move on to the next match. The next match is Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams for the United States Championship. Here's the most interesting story on night 2 that nobody's talking about enough. WWE is reportedly considering apparently a double turn in this story. Maybe they're trying to see if potentially Sami going full heel while Trick goes full babyface at WrestleMania. Now that's just a freaking rumor, and honestly I think it's a horrible one. I like Trick as a heel. The fans have already turned on Sami, which is true. Trick Williams is been over and has the charisma to be a top star. I just think he's not a top face, he's a top heel. If this double turn happens in the match at WrestleMania, this becomes one of the most talked about moments of the weekend for the most part. Watch for the crowd psychology throughout the match. You'll probably see how the crowd reacts, and I'm sure these two will react to that crowd and vice versa. So pay attention to the crowd. That's how you'll tell how this might go. If Sami starts cheating and you see that and the Las Vegas crowd turns hard on him, that's your sign that something may happen. So 3 out of 5 buzz. I think this will be a decent match. I hope the best for Trick Williams, and I hope he wins it. Sami, full heel turn could be nice, but I don't care. I just want Trick Williams to win. It would have been nice, though, if this became a triple feud with Carmelo in it, but beggars can't be choosers at this point when it comes to the WrestleMania build. Let's move on to the next match. This is going to be one of the opener matches, I believe. This is a ladder match for the Intercontinental title between Penta, Rey Mysterio's Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, Rusev, and JD McDonough. Ladder matches are almost always over-deliver at WrestleMania. The buzz on who wins is all over the place. Javon Evans is getting a loud fan support when it comes to this match because they see him as the breakout star for this match. Fans have wanted Penta as a champion for a while, and now they finally got it. He is one of the most electrifying performers of anyone in the roster, so what to expect at this match? At least 3 moments that break the internet before night 2 is done. If Evans climbs that ladder and wins, his career trajectory changes overnight. Watch this one for the highlights, even if the build left you cold. So just on that alone, give it a 4 out of 5 buzz. Personally, I think Penta is going to retain somehow, because let's be honest, like you see anyone else in this group, do you see anyone in this group that deserves to win it at this point? Except maybe Evans. So at that point, I'd rather see Penta continue. He's just had it for a short run. I want Penta to continue having it. So that is that match. Now, let's move on to I think the most anticipated match out of the whole freaking night. And that's Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. This is probably be my most anticipated watch match of the night. Unfortunately, this is going to be in the first hour free on ESPN. So I can expect at this point, because of that announcement, the match is going to be short. But anyway, the wrestling internet is legitimately might be divided on this one. And the division is the buzz. On one side, Brock should retire should beat Obafemi. WWE's logic gives it to Lesnar. On the other one, though, Oba should destroy Brock in a few minutes and usher a new era of monster dominance. But here's what actually makes this a high buzz. Obafemi is one of the 3 most physically imposing human beings in the wrestling ring right now. Brock Lesnar's last real WrestleMania moment was years ago, but this might be his last hurrah for all we know. The narrative of the established monster versus the next generation monster writes itself. Now, what to expect with this match? A hard-hitting, physically dominating match. Lesnar will make Oba look credible. That's what Brock does at Mania for many people. The real question is whether WWE has the guts to let the young guy win decisively. If they do, Obafemi becomes a superstar overnight. If they don't, they wasted a WrestleMania slot, to be honest. In my opinion, they should let Obafemi win. It's not a big deal if he wins. So for now, this is a 5 out of 5 buzz. This is the match I want to see for that night. Nobody needs to win, in my opinion. Even Lesnar is fully invested in this feud and loves the guy to put him over. You've seen it through the promos and everything. He is all locked in. Should WWE pass the torch over Femi at WrestleMania 42 or give Brock Lesnar one more run? Let me know in the comments. The last match in the main event of the whole 2-night card is CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. The first time the World Heavyweight Championship is being main evented at night 2, which is amazing. Now, we have the biggest for last, because this is the biggest for many. The World Heavyweight Championship night 2 main event. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, two of the most polarizing, most electrifying figures in modern wrestling right now, colliding at WrestleMania. Here's the real talk. Kevin Nash said he said in a podcast, Punk needs a defining WrestleMania moment to cement his legacy, and that Roman can afford a loss without hurting his tribal chief aura. He said that. The debate in the IWC, though, is loud. Some have said Roman has been carrying the feud on the mic while Punk has been delivered mid-promos. Others say that critique is Roman's fan base working overtime. So what to expect? This match will be an emotional experience first and a WrestleMania match second. Roman Reigns doesn't do quiet WrestleMania moments. He won the Royal Rumble. These guys had an amazing back and forth mic, in my opinion. I think CM Punk carried more than Roman, but that's me. CM Punk's best work comes when his back is against the wall and the crowd is invested. Both will be true on Sunday night when it comes to CM Punk. The prediction that everyone's leaning is Roman, but I think a Punk win here would legitimately be a career-defining WrestleMania moment for him, for CM Punk, who has almost everything except that moment. He has a WrestleMania main event or a WrestleMania main event match in night 1, but he still hasn't had that WrestleMania moment. And this could be it for him. So for that alone, this is a 5 out of 5 buzz. And I truly want CM Punk to win. But knowing WWE wants Roman to win it. So on behalf of all CM Punk fans, I'm sorry. Somehow I feel after that promo that he did on Monday, Rock returns and costs him the title. I wouldn't be surprised. Is night 2 and the end of WrestleMania gonna hurt him? Probably not. I hope this match is good because people need to go home and return to Raw with a shock. We need a shock value, and what is that gonna be? And it's definitely not Travis Scott showing up. So it has to be something big. It has to be someone that will ruin it for CM Punk. And I swear to God, if it's Pat McAfee, I'm gonna lose it. I will do a live stream just reacting to that at this point. If that happens, I will crash out in the middle of my freaking computer getting mad about that. So yeah, they need a shock value. So maybe Punk losing it is the way to go, even though he needs a WrestleMania moment. But we will see. So for the final call for everyone in the comments, who walks out of Allegiant Stadium as World Heavyweight Champion on Sunday? Will it be Punk or Roman? Drop your pick on the comments right now. Now, I want to thank everyone for watching this. It was a long road to WrestleMania. We're almost there, just a few days away. It's going to be an interesting one, regardless of what's been happening these past couple of weeks. I hope, regardless of the storyline and whatever BS issues we've dealt with, this card helps us forget all that with good matches. At this point, it's just time to put up or shut up. And that's what's going to happen in these past couple of weeks. We have 2 more nights of WrestleMania build up with Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Honestly, don't expect much out of it. Not enough to make me shocked. I'll be surprised if they do. But anyway, if the T hit right, hit the like button and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Happy WrestleMania week for everyone.